Hello everyone, this is Madhu Joshi. I welcome you all back to my channel. So today we are here to discuss about deprivation points in JNU. So JNU has provided you two categories, quartile 1 and quartile 2, under which they have mentioned different districts, and according to different districts you will get different marks for being in quartile 1 or quartile 2. Okay. And also one of the most important thing is that everyone is asking whether they will have these deprivation points or not. So the answer is, if you have applied for a deprivation column while filling your application form, then only you will be able to seek these deprivation points. Otherwise you will not be able to have these deprivation points. Okay. Now second thing which is very important is to look at the distinction between the marks for being in quartile 1 or quartile 2. Okay. First of all, if you belong to quartile 1 district and you are applying for undergraduation, okay, and you have done your 10th and 12th from that quartile 1 district, you will get 6 marks. If you are applying for post graduation and you have done your 10th and 12th from that district, you will get 3 marks. And if you have also done your undergraduation from that particular district, you will get 3 marks more. That means 6 marks. Okay. Then if you have applied, if you belong to quartile 2 district and if you have applied for undergraduation, then if you have done your 10th and 12th from that particular district, you will get 4 marks. And also if you are applying for post graduation and you have done your 10th or 12th and also your UG from the that particular quartile 2 district, then you will get 4 marks, right? 2 for each. Okay, so this is the distinction which you need to know. And also I have attached to PDF in the description box. Kindly look at that. You will get to know about your deprivation points. Okay, now the next question is, some students ask me like why some districts are given these deprivation points and others are not. So there are some factors, they try to look at different factors like female literacy in that particular district, then the number of rural population, then the number of agricultural workers, and also the sanitation facilities there. Okay, so JNU try to look at the facilities which were given to particular student, and that's how they provide these deprivation points to the people who were deprived of the facilities, right? Also one more important point is, if you are a Kashmiri migrant, you will get 5 marks, and only on if you have registered documents, right? You will get 5 marks based on your registered documents. So kindly look for your registered documents, and also if you want to seek these deprivation points, you will have to provide them with these things, right? Now I have told you earlier about 5 deprivation points to the female candidates, right? There is one more update, that if you belong to SC, ST, OBC or physically handicapped, or you belong to quartile 1 and quartile 2 district, then you will get 7 deprivation points. And if you do not belong to these categories, and if you do not belong to any quartile 1 or quartile 2 district, then you will get only 5 deprivation points being a female candidate. Okay, so this information is very important, and also this is very important only for the ones who have already marked the deprivation column while filling an application form. And last thing, some students ask me if they have done distant education from these particular districts, so will they be able to get these deprivation points? So yes, you will be able to get these deprivation points. And also these things need to be aware of before filling an application form, right? So from the next time, don't do this mistake. Always try to read the instruction carefully while filling an application form, right? So kindly check those PDF which I've already attached to the description box. I hope it will help you to count on your marks, right? So thank you so much.